this can take a slide.
May have Yamaha come over because these are so rare.
Yeah.
That this may be the first one. So we don't know that many of these have crashed. Period.
All right, back at the crib, following up a part 2 of this video. We got the R9 complete. It's obviously not damaged in the way that it looks like it would have been, but I did send the fairing off to just get polished because it had just a little scuffs right there on that body line, and I didn't really care for having them on there. Back, and it's just as good as it was the day it left to go to the track day.
The thing gave him a 98%. I think it looks the same, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it looks perfect. Yeah, that shit's flawless.
Yeah,
that's good money.
You know when you want to fix stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these all right.
tank. It's hella close.
Alright, man.
Good, how you doing?
Good. You having a good day so far?
Yeah, chilling. Yeah, I've been riding the R6 the whole time. So I'm riding my dad's friend's newer R6. So,
Oh, yeah. Have you demoed any of the Yamaha bikes? No?
Nah, I've just been chilling all day because it's the first time here.
Yeah.
And that R6 I'm comfortable in. So before I, start switching, I want to know what I'm doing on the track before I test another bike. So, how's this been?
Huh?
How's this been?
Oh, it's good, man.
It's good?
I can do it, yeah.
in lower. Yeah. This is a lot taller. This basically is what the R9 feels like, but with a lot more top end.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it felt perfect. It felt really good.
fantastic ass freaking day at Sonoma Raceway. And they launched this bike and they put it on this track. Somebody knew what they were doing. The Yamaha reps that are here. Actually, this dude, I put him picture in picture. Y'all don't need to hear what we were talking about, but yeah. So I was trying and I was already super determined to get the bike. When the shortages came around, I didn't have any options but to go to LA. Had to find one, had to search for one actually. Obtaining this bike was just something I wanted because I wanted it since the copyright and patent a lot of stuff for R9. When they launched this bike here at Sonoma Raceway and they had all the media guys come ride it here, I got home, I saw on social media the 650E was here testing the bike, and I'm like, there ain't no fucking way. Almost got mad. So I told y'all on that day, that video, matter of fact, sitting right there on pit lane entry. I'm patient, my bike will come, and you guys will see what I do with it when I get it. 650E and a couple of other guys are there, but that just makes me want to work harder. But see, I don't do the kind of content they do. It's tough. I have to ride in streets because there's nothing for me out in the streets. But I got to work harder on this channel. I got to make more content. I got to make the content that reaches other places and spaces. Yamaha will know who I am because they're going to know, dude, this guy has been loyal to the brand. Not like that matters, but this guy has been loyal to the brand. This guy has specifically chosen this brand on his own, and this guy has had a blast with the bikes the way we've intended them. That's cool. We'll work harder. I didn't want to encroach on that just in case Yamaha corporate said, hey, why was random black dude with a beanie over here? As I sat up there where I always pit at, and I watched Eve and Chase on two wheels and all them fawning all over the bike, riding this track that I know. I had a little jealous spirit, I ain't gonna lie. At the end of that clip, I said, I'm getting my R9. The very first place I'm gonna ride it is at Sonoma Raceway because I wanna feel that tangible magic. I want to feel that sauce. I rode street just to understand everything about the bike. Got countless videos going through the technology. Here at this raceway with this bike was stellar. Wanted to be stock when I rode it here, but 520, one tooth up in the back. I got my Attack Racing rear suspension link. Do have the clip-ons, and I got to experience it on the stock S22s. Oh, well, of course, you've already seen it in the video. This is the end. That is really all that happened. My homeboy has a body shop. It's only superficial scratches right at the bottom that he's like, bruh, I'm gonna take care of that. It's less than this. It's less scratching than that, but I'm not about to go get white Sharpie and put it over that because that pearl is hitting. He said, give me the fairing. I'm gonna go take it to the body shop tonight. He's like, I'll give it back to you Thursday. So, you know, that color, it hits crazy. Fantastic day, fantastic fucking day, and amazing bike. It was such a low speed and I was already down on my knee. So it was just like a kart track fall. I was already down on my knee and boom. And I held on to it and never do what I did.
And what did we say about crashing and picking up your bike?
Leaving it down there.
Yeah. So you got to give me a compelling reason why I don't throw you out for the day.
We'll talk about that on the next video. We're gonna call it a day as other riders take off and they head home. We're gonna do the same. So I'm gonna give y'all two and we're out. With it being such little inventory on things like this fairing isn't available. Thank God I didn't damage that. Okay. Everything else just pushes in and lands. I personally believe when mistakes are made is when you do find out more about your motorcycle. I had never taken my other R6s apart until I crashed them. And then I became a know-it-all about the platform because I messed it up so much I had to know it all to fix it all. All right, And just like that, that's a crashed bike, y'all. Now it's back together. You see how clean it is? So back to what the Yamaha rep was telling me with the limited availability of the bike and the parts itself. Just so glad that the fall didn't produce more damage than it did. Hence, part of the reason why I held on to the bike was it's just I know 3 other bikes that got crashed, and then I've been on Partzilla and all the other OEM part websites. They do not have. That's one thing that just they don't have. They don't have enough bikes to sell to public. They don't have replacement. So things like levers is not a big deal. MT09 levers, where you can just go aftermarket levers. Case covers, same thing. They've got those, but we don't even have stickers available. We don't have anything, especially it gets worse and worse per color of the bike that more people have. There's not many bikes that go around, let alone portions and parts to replace for bikes that get damaged. But let's just sum it up. Bike, fantastic. Bike condition, still fantastic. And I'm gonna leave this here just because that's gonna just keep me in check and keep me reminded that I should do something specific. So I finally went over the footage. I went over all the footage and I sent it to a couple of the homies because remember, I'm amateur at best. Going fast consists of a ton of things, right? Here's what put me down. User error. That's the biggest major thing. So let's say I did check pressure before we started riding. I didn't check pressure after any other session. I went down on the 4th session, which is the hottest portion of the day. As I showed other homies, one of my track riding buddies that does this a lot, he brought something to my attention. He said everything seemed fine, but what it seemed like is you had the tires overheated. The front, I didn't lose it. As I said on the last video, I was hugging the tank, and he asked what my hot were. I never checked my hot. I only set cold, so I have no idea what this tire did after about 6 to 7 laps. Rookie shit. So we learning, and my part of this, right, is so that y'all learn with me. Things that I learn, I share. Things that a lot of y'all know, I want you to sit back and watch that and say, he got it. He understands it. Because this is part of me learning. Let's forget about pace and all of that. Let's learn some shit. I jumped on the R1 on the last session and it's got a Q5 on it. I just took half a lap and then I started to go quicker. And the Q5 definitely babies me because the carcass is soft and it moves around when it's cold, when you have your low tire pressure and you're set on your cold pressures, right? You know when it's warm because it doesn't squish around anymore. You don't feel that movement anymore. It's a feeling that you get, the tires translated. These road tires have a little bit of a harder carcass and they don't translate like that. Just know it didn't cost me much, $130 at the very most. Chain guard was $36, the engine case was $35 or $34. Brake lever was $30, and then shipping for everything. Those are the only things that I needed to replace. Not putting sliders through the fairings because I'm not cutting a fairing to stick a slider through. Plus, my concept that I always know is sliders do cause a little bit more damage. And imagine me just sliding this bike just how I did, and the slider catches a hard point on the curb or something and breaks the frame. Whereas you see there was really no damage, just polished out and it's good to go. What if it broke that frame? And with the fact that it's hard to get supplies or extra portions of this bike because there's no surplus of the portions to replace broken pieces on this bike currently. So we learning, but doing it on the track, that's the best place to do it. We ain't hitting no people, curbs, infrastructures, or hurt ourselves. We keeping it on the track, and like I said, man, I keep the Sedici suits on deck because I like throwing my bikes up the road. But we gonna keep rocking, we gonna keep learning. Let's do another track day. And I think just for training, because I'm hard-headed, let's do another track day on these S22s, because guess what the lesson is now? Setting cold pressures and checking hot pressures. So we're about to do that. I think one more track day on these S22s, y'all. We gonna make it happen, yo. I'm excited. I'm excited about this shit, yo. I'm just excited about going fast, y'all. Let me get y'all two and we out. Hot shit. I'll get back in front of these fans and this cool air inside the house.